Yo, this is Egan just talking about some Shipyard Alpha 3 feedback. So this is a CTF map with the two flags separated by this middle section here. And interestingly, coming out of spawn, you have 3 exits. And so these 2 exits here, they take you at different heights defending the intel point, which feel pretty great. And then this other exit allows you quick revolving around back to mid. You're already at mid. That feels great. That's great. And then there's even like an underground or underwater route through here. That feels cool. Building in here, it's kind of like maybe you want to put a no build there. I'm not sure. Maybe a no build for sentries or something. But maybe you could build in other buildings there. It felt a little bit like I put a sentry here and I got like 3 or 4 kills with it. A level 3 sentry in here, like it was right here, and I got like 3 or 4 kills with it. And the other team, they were like in the text message and the voice chat, they're like, "Oh wow, that's a fun sentry spot," you know, that very sarcastic, like, "Wow, great," you know. Or maybe the problem is just that it's visibility issue. Like standing here, I can't see underwater very well, so maybe like you can modify the material. Like if you're happy, you know, as the designer of this map, you could say, "Oh, I'm happy with there being a sentry gun here," but maybe, you know, it's up to you if you want to improve visibility so that somebody standing here, they could see the legs of the sentry gun. You know, maybe that's the problem, right? You probably still want to add the sentry, you know, build, but I'm just saying that you have options. In general, I want to say that this map played extremely well, especially for Alpha 3 already. Like, I'm kind of amazed, aghast, you know, gasping that it plays so well. I mean, at least in the playtest that we had, right? So maybe you'll do an Alpha 4 playtest, maybe you'll get like a bad round, you know, the really bad round. Something that I thought was really interesting here, bot 02, bot underscore kill, bot 02. The respawn time was like 18 seconds for this player, and in general, players were dead for a really long time, which I felt was really interesting on this CTF map, because you were dead for so long that the enemy team really gained a lot of ground for every kill that they got. And by the time you were back alive, you kind of wanted to revolve back to mid quickly, but you weren't sure if you wanted to take this route because this route could put you in the middle of an enemy team, and you're like, we got to deal with them first, you know, we can't let them get any closer, and there's a lot of routes to take. This all felt so good. Felt really good. The only issue I had with the design was that maybe it was a little bit too easy for enemy engineers to set up in the enemy base. This building being disconnected as it is from the resupply, like an enemy team here, let's say a pyro who's trying to clear out an enemy nest up there, it's like they have to go this way and then they get shot in the back and they're trying to go this way, and meanwhile maybe like the enemy team is coming up behind them, and then they might face the sentry nest here, you know, and it's like I'm just wondering if this full ammo should be replaced with like a small ammo. I think that would probably nerf it well enough. And maybe even remove this small ammo up here, you know? It's up to you. I had fun being the evil enemy engineer building in the enemy base. Here, let me go to red base so it's like more legit, right? As the blue guy, right? So as the enemy player, I, first of all, built an exit here, and then I grabbed this, and then I built a dispenser, and I built a level 3, and then once I had the level 3 up, I actually placed it on this truck, which felt super mean, because players were, you know, finally catching a grasp, you know, or like the enemy team was coming up here, so they're coming up here to reload and grab the and they just got destroyed by my sentry. And I got like maybe 6 kills with this sentry that was here, and this exit was up for so long, and the enemy team was just barely able to deal with like the threats coming in through the forward of the base, that I felt like this was, my nest was up for a really long time, and I was holding it basically by myself against the enemy team. Now, okay, here's the thing. In my perspective, as the greedy, evil engineer, I had a lot of fun, but it felt a little easy. It felt a little too easy, you know? So maybe you can nerf it safely, you know? You can do that comfortably. But that's not even really like a geometry change. I think that that's really just like balancing pickups, which is like, man, like it's Alpha 3, but it's like almost, I would say, ready for art passing, you know? But definitely playtested a lot more. One potential issue is just that players could get bored if you playtest it a lot. Like maybe if you playtest it like 8 more times. I'm serious, like playtesting it 8 more times. But then, you know, players are like, I'm bored of this map. You know, there's not enough changes in this map. You know, they're all whining like that. You know, they're all nagging you to make changes, and you're not sure if you should or whatever. At that point, I suppose you could probably start incorporating some art into the level as you're iterating on doing more playtests. I assume players would be happy with that. Yeah. It's an interesting thing to be thinking about, right? One potential other thing to talk about before I end this video is that right now, a lot of the map is using dev textures, and it's fairly reflective. Especially this orange on last, which is like, it's nice, you know? It's like, I don't know, there's that picture of like SpongeBob and Patrick, and they're like, isn't there like some scene where Squidward is, sorry, why am I talking about this? Just fucking tangent out of my butthole, but like that, there's that, like Squidward and SpongeBob and Patrick are looking down at the camera of the scene, and they're all just like, I don't know, it's like beautiful, you know? Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is beautiful. This is radiant and like nice. It looks like beautiful, you know? I worry that in the art pass, this is going to turn into gray. You know, this is going to turn into a factory. You know, this is a shipyard, so everything's going to turn gray and dark gray and bricks and concrete and metal and interior buildings that are really dark and metal and metallic and bricks. And it's going to get really ugly. I'm worried. Developer, I'm worried. One thought, one thing that you could do is, for example, this fence here, right? Maybe it's a chicken wire fence, you know? Or it's some kind of translucent fence. Or maybe this whole thing is open, you know? Like the whole thing. Knock out this whole wall. And it's, you know, there's some kind of barrier within this building, but it's just open, you know, and you got tons of light coming in. I suppose the light would be coming in from this side, right? But just have a lot of open air, you know? It's a shipyard, so it can be open, right? Now, I suppose there's some factory work that needs to be going on, but, like, I would say even, like, you know, the map Badlands. Badlands? Was that what I'm thinking of? Yeah. 5CP Badlands. This whole thing would be like a chicken wire fence. And then you can have like docks and stuff that are out of bounds that extend off in this way, you know, and like periphery and stuff. But like bring in a lot of light, you know, bring in a lot of... I just worry that I really like this map now. I worry that it's going to look ugly and people are going to not have as much fun because it looks ugly. I worry about that. I think that's a legitimate issue, right? And he said, don't worry about that, Egan. I got it covered. All right. I trust you. But, like, you know, consider it, please, you know, because this map is good. I like it. I had fun with it. Good luck. And I hope this video was encouraging at the very least, because I didn't really have any negative thoughts about it, right? So I didn't really even have that much criticism. I liked it. Yeah, keep up the good work. And finish the map, because it's good. I liked it. I had fun. So good luck.